Hi, I'm Kevin Thomas, W1DED, and this is Q5AM Radio. I'm back with the contest crew Europe, Braco E77DX, Filipe CT1ILT, Sven DJ4MX, Chris ES7A, Mike SJ2W, and Dave 9A1UN. They're fresh off the CQ Worldwide Single Sideband contest with plenty of stories to tell. This episode is brought to you by ICOM, the choice of operators who know that peak performance is never optional. No one had a bigger weekend than Braco, who may have set a new world record from the Canary Islands. Braco, what happened at EF8R?
Yeah, it was a tough and nice weekend, tough days before contest. We arrived on Friday, a week before, with 3 people more. So E70T, E72T, and Flo, yeah, OE3FTA, yeah. So we were in plan, so according the all works, but with much more effort and way too less sleep to get everything, let's say, keep on the track with the works we planned. So more or less everything was like ready. There were some issues with 160 antennas beginning of the week on Tuesday and Wednesday, but we could solve that lately, and equipment was working excellent. No issues. Some small issues with the PCs, but nothing serious. And weekend was great. I was way too tired, but could manage to operate whole 48 hours. Could reach the target plus minus some points. So it's very close with the UBN. There is like 5.5%, something like that, what I need to stay above the record. Otherwise, everything was fine. So the weather conditions were great, propagation were better than expected, many callers, so on. Yeah, so let's say claiming 11,200 QSOs and let's say some points over the record, there should be no complaints. Let's say like that.
Right. So I know going into the contest, you had your own concerns that maybe the world record was not breakable. At what point during the contest did you feel like that was shifting for you?
I knew it after 24 hours when I was, I think, like 6,500 QSOs, something like that, after 24 hours. And I knew it that I will be probably ending with over 11,000 QSOs. Wasn't sure how much over, but that was good indicator. And it was... I was very tired on Sunday, so there were some moments in the contest where I was like more ghost than operator, let's say like that. And in last couple of hours, I did know it that's gonna happen. The question was like only how much I will be over 27 millions. And I would like to thank everyone who called in the last hours or last maybe 6-7 hours who was following, and I was being called by many people, and everyone was cheerleading and then saying like, yeah, go ahead, you can make it. Even CT1BOH called in on 20 meter, and he said to me, he saw that I was like very tired, and he said, you can make it, go. And those moments were like very nice. So I'm very happy about this, and very happy that so many people called and did watch. And I did realize that so many people are hearing what's happening in the last hour. So, but in the last maybe 3-4 hours, it was obvious I will end over 27 millions, but how much, it was the question.
So, Braco, we know you put a lot of effort into getting Magic Mountain back on the air again. There was a lot of work there. Did everything work the way you had planned?
Yes. There were, with the antennas, with let's say radios, with the filtering, no single issue. Everything worked like planned. And there was some problems with the log, but this was not a big issue. So I was all the time running, and we did change the computer during the contest, but everything was fine. So nothing what could I say that would make any difference in the score on the end.
And the other big story was Chris, you ES7A at ES9C in the multi category.
We were having fun. Like I was a bit worried that we're not gonna make it, and eventually the station wasn't 100% ready. So the funniest part is it was like an hour to go until the contest, and the 20-meter position. Basically all the positions were ready, and then we heard a loud bang. The amplifier was on idle. It was on total idle. No one was at this, like no one was working, just on standby mode, and it was like a loud bang. So one amplifier gone. What to do? Eventually we had to rearrange amplifiers a bit, and we were like concerned, like is there gonna be anything like this, or like any issues with amplifiers? The amplifiers more or less were fine. But we were close to losing one of the towers. Well, not the tower, like, but the cables, because at some point, since the system is built through local area network, that every position can rotate antenna if needed. At some point, the system failed. Not sure why, and the eastern tower was left rotating. And it was super lucky that I saw that. Wait, why is the eastern tower looking like totally south? And then I saw it's rotating, and I wasn't able to stop it. So we were super lucky, because the only thing we managed to do was to just unplug the power cord. So it was already turned 1.5 rounds, and the cable was around the tower, and it was already like what do you call it? Bent? No, not bent, but like stretched or out. So it was like I'd say 10 more seconds, and the cables would have been gone on the eastern tower. Other than that, it was super fun, and I think for SSB contests, I found the solution for every single SSB contest: female voices on the air. It makes super difference. And score-wise, I'd say, well, we reached 20,000 QSOs like 12 years ago. Sadly, less multipliers. We did have less 3-pointers, so the overall score was like minus 4 million points. But the youngsters, they were like, I would say Saturday, like it was okay, but Sunday it felt like everybody knew what they were doing, and they were enjoying it a lot.
How many youth did you have?
It was I was counting all the operators, and I got 11 experienced operators and 11 youngsters, but I was also considering, well, age-wise, not really a youngster, but a rookie. So the guys who have started recently, there were 3-4 operators, and the other ones were literally youngsters. So it was exactly 11 like experienced operators and 11 then rookies or youngsters.
I gotta say, I thought it was a great idea that you were watching Q5 before the start of the contest. Everybody should do that.
Yeah, we were. I was preparing this presentation before the contest, because the station is complex, and even like during the contest, they were still asking some questions like, "What is this and what is that?" and some minor details. But I was super amazed how well they actually like received all the information, because it wasn't like that's the radio, that's the amplifier, this is the antenna. It was much more like that. I was explaining everything into details, also explaining, since we were doing multi that on Sunday when the rate drops, it's necessary to QSY basically every station possible. And Sunday it sounded like I had this time off a bit, and I was listening, the other ones working, and it sounded like a choir. Let's say the US station came on 10 meters, The guy were actually checking, or the operator was checking, okay, we worked him on 10 meters, we need to pass the guy to 15 meters. And for every single QSO, we asked, can you QSY to 15? Can you QSY to 20? And the guys were like, they were willing to QSY. We did a lot of QSYs on Sunday, and it was like super nice to see.
Do you have any statistics about QSYs you did?
Yeah, ESY TV details, but some of it wasn't. I would say at least 1,000 QSOs were QSY. But there's this software, this Sugar Hotel 5 or SH5 program. It only counts the QSYs within 5-minute limit. But since I was working at some point on 15 meters, I was constantly paying attention if the guy was being QSY'd, and then I was like I was like a perfect salesman, like, oh, thanks for coming from 10 meters. I'm gonna send you now down to 20 meters. So
did you put the YL operators on Sunday especially for that?
No, on both days.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because that's a nice strategy, on Sunday. Put the
YL operators did very good, and for example, YU3 AWA, she was Maria. She was like, we were stunned to see that she was able to literally go through pileups like hour by hour by hour, and not like packing off. There were like several times at some point I was working, or I was sitting together with Maria at some point, and I was listening to that pileup. It was even for me, it was a mess. But she patiently, like every single QSO, it was a struggle, but she managed just fine. So yeah.
Chris, did you get any feedback from the younger and inexperienced operators after the contest?
Yes. We just right after the contest, we were actually already planning the November CW part, but other than that, we also asked what was or how was it for the youngsters or the rookies, and like what was different. We already asked feedback, like what would you like to see different? Is there anything that we could improve? But I can assure that every single one of them, they were shining, literally shining. They were happy, like to get this experience. Every single one of them said that they have never experienced anything like this. They haven't seen a station like this before. All the complexity of it, and they were like, can't say stunned, but they were like super happy to be part of the team, and we're already planning maybe some events for the next year as well.
Mike, you're the other person that had a big weekend. SJ2W, I think, is third on the CQ Worldwide scoreboard right now, and I think number 1 in Europe.
Yes, and it's fun. Thank you. Yeah, it's fun because we've been in a multi-single category, I think, since 2009, and we've done one top 3. So we've been struggling because we really need to have a certain type of propagations to be able to compete. And this time we had we had polar path openings during the whole nights. We could run on 15 and 10 during most of the nights. We didn't have to spend a lot of time on 40, which is kind of what saves us. So it was really fun. And it was a fun battle on scoreboard too, because the case is usually that we pull ahead during the nights, and then during daytime propagations the advantage kind of disappears. So they kind of catches up to us, and then in the night again we pull ahead. And in the end of the contest, I was I think it was who was it? It was it Echo India 7 Mike? No, it was Echo India 7 Mike was catching up to us, and I thought they would pass us, but luckily they had to go to 80 meters because the band 20 closed for them, but it didn't for us, so we could really pull ahead, which was fun.
And the station itself worked the way you hoped for, Mike?
Yeah, everything worked great. We had a little issue with an amplifier, but we could fix it, but otherwise everything worked great. No issues at all.
Yeah, Mike, I was amazed on Sunday how long you were still in the high bands, because Sunday for me the bands closed even earlier than on Saturday.
Even for us in the south.
Even for you, yeah. And
Yep.
I think 10 closed
Super
half
early,
an hour after sunset here, and then I was struggling the last hours on 40, 80, and 160, and I was watching you on the breakdown, and you were still on 15 or something, and still making those QSOs.
And I think we could have been probably on 10 a bit longer too than we were, but 10 wasn't as good as last year in the beginning. Last year we started on 10, but we didn't get any spot, so we had to move to 15. I mean, the signals were there, but nobody called us. But this year we started on 20, and we had a really good first night, and it was just. I don't know if it was as good propagations. I don't think it was as good as maybe 2013. But I mean, the station is better. We had more operators.
How many operators did you have, Mike?
I'm gonna correct myself. It was Italy Papa 4 Mike that were catching up to us in the end. But yeah, we were 8 guys. Two guys were part time. So we were 6 guys here the whole time.
And how many operating positions you had during the contest?
We can do 5, but we usually have 4. There are two molt positions, but it's we have the priority on having people on the in band, and then we have 2 runs, and we have one molt station.
Okay, but by how much did you break your old record?
Let me see. I even have it up here. We broke it by.
Because I know that the score was it like 17 something million?
17.5. So it's
yep, that's even more than the Estonian record right now, because I believe we had some 16 million. So it's super good job.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we had 16.6 in 2013. So 17.5 now. Claimed scores, of course.
I hope it holds.
We need to have it's I think I have 1.8% margin, so hopefully we haven't been too big lids.
And Filipe CR6K, I know you are in a rush to get everything going before the contest. What was the status of the station minutes before start time?
It was tough, very tough, and the last couple of months before the contest was very, very hard. I was not even able to show up on the last Q5 recording, because while we were recording I was scaling stuff. But eventually the station worked pretty much as we wanted. Unfortunately, we were not able to finish 100% the software. So around 30 minutes before the contest, the hot switching script was running perfectly. So it was nice, but unfortunately, like 15 minutes before the contest starts, we had a router and the switch area. Actually, was switching problems, so we had to reboot everything. And in Europe, it's very hard to start the contest, especially when you start on 40 meter, and the conditions for us were not that good. So we had to start on 40. And 20 was pretty amazing, but 40 was if you don't go early to 40, you just can't get a spot, a good frequency. So we kind of actually it was the multiplier station was making more contacts than the first running station, so it was pretty tough. But I'm pretty happy with the station, and I have to talk about these 2 guys, João CT2 India Mike Golf and Pedro CT2 India Echo Papa. They were like machines working for at least João. With João, we worked since July on the station, making all the switching. Every single box, every single cable was homemade. We did not buy anything. We developed the new switching boards. Pedro started working on the new software in the beginning of September. So in 2 months we have a complete software running on 10-inch tablets for each station. We had an issue with the second multiplier station, because this year I added another multiplier station that was able to transform into multiplier and in-band with priorities, of course. And unfortunately, we were not able to fix it, so we ended up exactly with the same positions as last year, but at least this time we had more antenna diversity. Everybody was pretty happy with the simplicity of the system. You just look at the tablet and you know where the antennas are pointing. You can point, you can do whatever you want. But the contest-wise, I can say it was very tough, especially because we do 100% live score, and seeing that the propagation was towards the north. I was watching. I did not do much operating because there was always something to fix, something to as it's new. All the operators are used to the old station, how the system worked. So I did the minimum operation possible. So I was focused on the in bands and of course the multipliers. So I left all the running and all the other positions according to what we planned. But I was looking a lot. I had a big screen always to monitor Mike's score and Braco. We were cheering up a lot, and we saw, and also we were. It was very tough to see the Russians guy that were beating us like hell. And I eventually was able to put the multi-2 station just for listening, and I could compare the signals, and they were working North America, and we could not even hear them. The higher bands were amazing up north, and it's like Mike says, it happens maybe once every 10 years or 11 years, I don't know. But anyway, it was nice to watch, but tough at the same time, because location wise we are always a little bit happier to be closer to the US, but eventually this time was exactly the opposite.
You got the rest rest of the 10 years.
Yeah.
Next year you will be happy again.
Yeah, but it's actually it's a tough feeling, because eventually I was thinking, is there something that could make this problem? Is there a problem with the station? Because honestly, we were not able to test the station. We tested the station Friday morning. I put the first RF on the switching. Okay, so and we were like 1 week late, and I was praying that we did not have any interference, any interference related to the close, because the towers are pretty close. But my problem was really regarding the in bands, and honestly, it's a new life. When you hear stuff that you have another signal on the same band that you are transmitting, and now you can hear actually. Guys are saying, man, next year is gonna be, we're gonna do big things, because before we had a simple station going through a 6-pack, and we were doing everything on the radio side. This time we have high isolation between all the antennas, all the combinations possible. Have very high isolation between all possibilities of antenna switching. So this time on 10 meters you can have 3 in bands, and if the run station is higher in the band, you don't even hear him. So it's pretty amazing, and this opens, of course, a new world for us. And my battle with my operators today is to be able to operate in band in the most efficient way, which there is a little bit of work to do with the guys, but now everybody agrees that the station is ready for other kind of competition.
How far are your in-band antenna?
We have 3 in-band antennas. The one we can transform into multi antenna, which is high in the mountain, so we can work Asia. This is it's in a high tower, so there is a little bit interference. But the other 2 antenna, and this antenna is at 200 meters away. The other antenna which is at 220 meter away, but it's in the south direction, and we never point south anyway. So we have zero interference.
Is it vertical or?
No. We have Momo beam tri-banders.
Okay, so you transmit on them too.
Yeah, we transmit now. Yeah. We transmit on them too.
Yeah.
So we have we are not sharing. We can share the antennas, of course, but now the in-band has its own antenna to transmit, and there is no interference.
Also not on 10?
Sorry?
On 10 meter?
No, nothing.
No.
That's super good.
Yeah. We have, of course, we have with the as I was saying, with the tower which is in the top of the mountain, because the one which is on top of the mountain, you can see the other antennas, because the other are about maybe, let's say, 50 meter down, because the other tower is in the top of the mountain, and the running the let's say the primary towers are down in the mountain. So this station is it sees a lot, so there is a little bit interference, but the other two antennas, they are quite far from the transmit antennas. They are closer to south, so there is no issue. Not a single problem.
I was operating at home. Unfortunately, no travels for me, but I tried to beat my score from last year, which also I did from home. Did some small preparations because everything is up here. Usually it's just turn on the station, everything runs. It's very simple. But on Thursday I did some changes to the vertical, connected our garage roof, which is from aluminum, a bit differently as a radial to the vertical. And actually I forgot to put out the extra radials. On Monday I came to the vertical and saw like 30 rolled radials, which I forgot to put out. But it still worked great, the antenna. More moults on 160 and 80 than last year. Then on Friday Philip called me, DK6SPs. I needed to help them put up the 80 and 160 antenna, so I drove there in the afternoon, helped them to get up the 22 meter spider pole, and then I think it was like 2 hours there. It's just half an hour from my home. Then got back, and this time I wanted to see if I can sleep before the contest. Usually it's I can't do that usually, but this time it worked very well. Got like to sleep at 8 p.m. local time, so 6 hours before the contest, and I slept through to half an hour before the contest. I actually overslept the first alarm. And then it was didn't really came fast out of the bed, so it was like 15 minutes before the contest I turned on the shack and needed to make the DX log file, and 1 minute after the contest everything was running, so ready for the start. And since being low power, it was always hard work, so you can't really call CQ, especially as a Delta Lima. Nobody cares about German low power station, so just going through the spots and tuning through the bands. I tried to spot a lot of people because
oh, did you? I will check if you spot us.
This
is very important.
I for sure did spot you.
I still did not make the statistic. I always make.
I saw from your post on Facebook when you posted the score. I was the last one who spotted you.
You are right. You are right. You are actually right. Yeah. In the end, it was perfect spot. Good timing.
It was like 1 minute before the end or 2 minutes before the end. I saw that.
Yeah, good timing. Yeah.
So I was trying to spot a lot of people, because when I think it was like on Saturday on 10 I tried to call CQ a bit, because signals were very, very loud from the US, even like those low power stations, and like way up in the band, and I got some callers but not huge rate, and I never got spotted, and was like if I had the spot I probably could have gotten some more QSOs. It was very frustrating. So I always try to spot those people.
who are just if I find someone on the band.
You made 400 spots.
400 in the contest, yeah. Yeah, I think last year I did more. And so what's funny, last year I did only 36 hours, and this year, after also 36 hours, I had exactly the same score, plus minus 10,000, 20,000 points. So yeah, I operated a bit more this time. I think roughly 44 hours. I went to bed not because I was very tired, just because the rate was so slow and it was so hard to in the second night. So I was just I needed a break because it was so slow, and slept like around 4 hours, and then was not tired at all. And I think after the contest, I think I've could do like 12 hours easily more. And but yeah, it worked out great. I think I've got like 5% more of the existing Delta Lima record. Hope it will stay through the UBN.
So everyone is so close.
Yeah, it's always like 5% of all the records. Yeah, I hope that stays. And yeah, actually was a nice contest with a lot of molds. I could never imagine that I work like 138 countries on 10 meters from home. Was amazing.
And Dave?
Yeah, I did single band, which somebody who would say it's an easy task, but we still had
No excuse.
no excuse. It's just about we planned to do some works on the station. We erected one tower on Friday. We put some extra antennas on Friday, and so on. And then it came late evening, and we still had no stations at all. Shack was completely without computers, without radios, without amplifiers. Everything was disconnected. So I had to connect everything, and then we had some problems. I was doing 10 meters, and Mirko was doing 15. So we spent the night making stuff ready, and we were ready about sunrise. So I did not sleep at all the from Friday to Saturday. And when the contest started, it was okay. I had to deal with my friend 97DX. When we are in possibility, we always do the same category to try to compete one against another. But this time I had no chance with him. I don't know what happened. Was it about conditions or me or something about the station? But he just was every single hour of the contest. He was always ahead, and even on the US side, which usually it's our best direction and where we can make difference, it was no difference at all. He even had better signal in the US than us. So I understand what Filipe says about feeling strange on the upper bands. However, at the end I made 3,000, almost 3,200 Qs, but he made 4,200, which felt like not so easy to understand. Later on, we checked the logs, and the actual difference was on European QSOs. I have only 25% of European QSOs, so I have almost 2.6 point per QSO on 10 meters, and he had like 800 plus QSOs more with Europe than me, and some 100 and something to Papa Yankee, to South America, and to JA. So it felt really strange. I'm still not sure if it's about the conditions, if it's about the antenna angles.
Operator,
of course.
And did you operate the same hours as he did?
Yeah, everything same. But when we compare he said he has like, I don't know, 250 Delta Lima station, I have 70. He has 150G, I have 80, and so on.
So
I don't know. I asked him if he
could it
had
be
some
the skip?
short skip. Yeah,
Yeah,
if he
exactly.
had
Yeah,
some short skip, but he said,
I'm just looking at my log. I did not work you on 10, but I did work Veteran on 10, and he was very loud. I remember on 10.
yeah, I felt like after seeing the log, it's like I had a bad signal on back scatter, so I don't really explain myself why, but seems it was so. And the other strange thing is that on 15, Yankee Papa 8 Tango was working single band 15 as Mirko near me, and he had an excellent score. I mean Yankee Papa 8 Tango, but when they compared the log at the end, it was the same difference in European QSOs. Mirko had more points, of course, because he had more QSOs at the end and more more moves and so
Multipliers.
on. Yeah, but Yankee Papa Tango had a huge number of European QSs that we didn't have. So I don't know if it's about conditions or whatever. I don't know if somebody else noticed Eastern European guys being louder on the upper bands than we a little bit more west.
But did you even turn your amplifier on?
Not just one.
Yeah. Understood.
I had we put so I had a stack of 2x5 elements full rotary. I had a 7-element long Yagi to JA fixed. I had a 6-element to Yankee Bravo Victor Kilo, and I had LZA 10 tri-bender to South America. But
Too many antennas.
and when I compared the signals on the different antennas, signals were okay because there was no, at least on the ERX side, was pretty clear that everything is working. So I blame only or myself or the conditions.
Yeah, it's strange. I remember very easily working the Europeans on backscatter. It was so easy for me to even work like HB0, which is very, very close, and it's very, very hard to work from Munich. And it was very easy to work them, and also Oscar Echo, HB9, and the stuff like that. So I was very surprised about the conditions on 10, that it was so easy to work the European mults on backscatter for me.
I didn't have that feeling. I had the only feeling that conditions were good, JAs were good in the morning, US pileup was great, especially for me when the band closes on the east, but it was still not as it should be. But I blame the conditions, and I hope we will see that everything is okay in the next contests.
You want to come up here for CW maybe? Because you won't be having propagation down there.
If he came to you, it's going to be Aurora, definitely. The whole weekend. So
yeah, I love recruiting good operators because we do have most of the team for November, but would love to see like 1-2 operators, maybe more. Other than that, we have a decent crew for November. But one thing or one score that I would like to point out is since I mentioned I was looking 10 meters patiently. There were 3 scores, like I said before. It's single operators, 10 meters, and the multi category. Did you see the QSO count from Delta 4 that Lewis did? That's I checked 7,300. It's like it's the best score from.
It's something what I predict to him. I told him if the band is open, you're gonna have over 7,000 QSOs. If the band is open during the night.
That's the single band QSO record, because 7,000 QSOs I think haven't been reached, or maybe the previous record was over 7,000, but
no, I think it was not. It was like close to 7,000, right?
6,900 was claimed.
Ah, you mean after the UBN?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
because
okay.
Right now, Lewis will definitely have over 7,000 after the UBN. So that's like I was watching him piling the QSOs, and I was like, every hour was 300, 300, a bit over 300. Amazing.
Yeah, it was crazy to see like so many hours over 300 QSOs.
I just want to add something, and it's everything that we are talking here is pretty nice because there is something particular that everybody here is doing, and it's what makes us happy during the contest is live score. And it's just just a heads up to the other guys in Europe, and you guys, everybody knows who I'm talking about. So it's nice to see, but it's nice to post also, because it keeps us going, and everybody is happy because everybody is seeing what is going on. And my point of view is that if you guys like to be in the top 10, I don't know, top 20, whatever, it should be interesting that you guys want to post also, because are you scared that we are looking so we are catching up? I don't know, but it's just your heads up to the guys that don't like using live score. Today we are all here cheering up. We are all talking about Braco record. We are talking about Mike score, the propagation in the north. Why? Because live score was there and we were able to see what's going on. So this is something that everybody should think about.
So let's start the movement. Hashtag live score. I vote for live score, definitely.
What we didn't comment is CQ9A score, which is apparently also above the board record made by CN2AA. I'm not sure how much points they have more than or let's say how big is the margin. I think it's very close, and the CN2AA score before UBN is probably the same, so it's going to be very I'm very curious to see that. But definitely that was a great effort, and it was like, for me it was like a leading score. I was all the time tracking how much they are ahead of me, and this was for me a very good indicator to stay in the track and to see if I still perform, let's say, very good. Even I was like away many times in my mind. but however,
I noticed on Sunday that you got spotted wrong a couple of times as Echo Delta 8 radio or Echo Alpha 8 radio. I remember I even clicked on one of those spots and then I heard your voice was, oh, that sounds like Braco, and you were like fighting with the dupes.
there are over 300 dupes, so that was a little bit of a pain.
Yeah, Braco, let's not forget also Charlie Radio 3 Alpha, which they beat the old Victor Papa 2 Echo from 2004. And they made over 3 more million than the record, so it's pretty impressive also. So it's nice to have all these records coming to
the history.
No, actually to the actual best locations in the world to do it. And of course we had the US guys that needed to cross the Atlantic to come to our places, but anyway, it had to happen eventually. So maybe we will have to do the opposite, to go on the other side to show them how we can do it from the other side too.
They should come here.
That's
more
what
often.
you're doing, Braco.
But I like Chris KL9A said that this is the year where the records will be broken, and they did.
By the way, I booked my flights today, so finally. I was suffering a lot to find the possibility how to get with all that equipment I taken with, and to book the flights, and I was a little bit. This morning I was like, okay, I will not go. It's impossible to find out how to deal with everything. There so many small problems, and I said, okay, I'm gonna quit this. It's enough. I'm tired. I don't want to go. And on the afternoon there was like some new foundings, let's say like that, and new ways what I could find out how to travel. And finally I booked the flights. So something is still open, but we will see how it's gonna work with entering with all that equipment. The Columbia. I hope there will be no issues. Otherwise, that's okay.
I'm glad that you're going.
Yeah. I was when I was talking to the Kevin like a couple of days ago. He asked me, "Are you still going?" I said, "Yeah, it's a plan. So well, let's go for it." And since many days, of course, I was looking to the flights before, but I said, okay, I will wait till SSB is over, and then I will look more deeply. And since last week, I spent so many hours searching for best solutions without any success. And yeah, but now it's done, so I'm a little bit well, let's say more relaxed about the traveling to Hotel Kilo. So now still waiting for the license, but this should be okay, at least according to the people. They said me they are on the track, and that's gonna be okay. So still no call sign.
All right, guys, I appreciate you taking time today, and I really enjoyed watching you guys all on the online scoreboard. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Bye.
Please join the scoreboard.
My name hashtag online scoreboard.
Hashtag online scoreboard.
My name is Kevin Thomas, W1DED. I've been with the Contest Crew Europe 73.